Hey Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie, and today I want to show you how to make some cute treats that you can pass out to friends or neighbors or teachers, anybody really on your favor list. I like to give these treats out to people at the store, my bank tellers, people I run into, my neighbors, people I work with. I volunteer at a turtle yard, so I like to give them treats once in a while. So I'm going to show you what's inside of these real quick. I found these at my grocery store, and they're new from Duncan Hines, and inside is just a little cake mix. It goes in a coffee cup, and it's a perfect cake for just one. So that's why I have the sentiment on there, let's eat cake. I thought this was a perfect stamp set for this project. So I'm going to put these aside so I can show you some of the products that I use today. The first thing I want to show you is the Foil Frenzy specialty paper. And I don't know if you can see, but anyone that knows me knows I love sparkle. And this comes in several different designs. It has a chevron design, a polka dot, and a stripe design. And it comes in lemon lime twist, berry burst. This one's pumpkin pie, and then also in pool party. And today we're going to be using this one, which is the lemon lime twist. And then also we are going to be using the celebration time stamp set, and this has coordinating framelits with it. These are called celebration thinlits, and it has a couple different tags. This one has some presents on it. There's a birthday hat. This is like a tag topper. There's a candle, some confetti and flowers, a lot of different little pieces in there to create some fun tags with. So again, that's celebration time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our Foil Frenzy paper, and it comes in 12 by 12, and we're going to cut it to 6 by 12. And then we're going to get our scoreboard. I like to score on the back so that I don't scratch any of the foil paper. So on the 12-inch side, you're going to score at 5.5 and 6.5. Then you're going to turn it to what I call the short side and score at 5. Oops. And you can also score at 1, but I like to flip it around because I'm right-handed and it's hard for me to score over there, and just score it at 5 again. But if you feel more comfortable, you can score it at 1 and at 5. All right, so then we're going to take our bone folder, and we just need to fold up on all of these score lines and make sure that we have a good crease here. This is such a fun box. I like this paper a lot, and I know when I first saw it in the catalog, it didn't look anything like when I ordered it. I think it's so much fun and sparkly to give to somebody. So once you have those done, on this little piece here, you're going to cut this square up to the 1-inch score line that you did. So you're going to have a little tab like this. You're going to turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And now you're going to need your tear tape. I like to use the tear and tape. You can also use fast fuse. I just like the tear and tape because I think it gives a little better hold for your box projects. And I'm just going to put it along the two, as close to the two outside edges as I can get. And then for this one, I'm going to just tear a little piece and put it on the inside here. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And then I'm going to flip it around. Actually, I could just flip it over, would probably be a lot easier. And then again, keeping it as close as you can to that first score line, and then to the outside edge. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull all of those backings off the tear tape. Sometimes it comes off very easily and sometimes not. If it doesn't come off real easily, kind of make sure that you rub along the edge of the backing so that it has a secure, the adhesive on the back has a secure hold, and then usually it will come off. If not, you can use your piercing tool. So now you just want to create a box with this. So you're going to take this little outside tab. I'm going to fold this one back. And you're going to make sure that this is lined up pretty squarely here. And you are going to stick to this, but just try to push it down as best you can, and we'll secure it a little better in just a minute with our bone folder. So do again on the other side, just like you did there. And then you're going to bring this edge over, and you want to try to get it lined up before it sticks down. So line it up and then just get it as best you can. Again, we'll hook it with the bone folder in just a moment. And sometimes if you push this edge in to where that crease is on the other side and slowly bring it down, it matches right up there. So I'm going to take my bone folder and kind of go inside and just make sure that all of the adhesive is sticking very well. And so now we have a box with the top open, and that's where we're going to put our treat. But first of all, we want to kind of pinch the edge in, kind of use your finger to guide that in. There's several layers, so you just kind of have to be gentle with it so you don't wrinkle it up. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then this is what it's going to look like at the top. Then we're going to take our handheld punch, and I didn't mark dots on here to know where to punch. I just kind of guessed, but if you want yours to be perfect, you could do that. I'm hoping my recipient's just going to be excited to get some cake, and they're not going to care if my holes are exactly lined up. So we're going to set this aside for just a moment, and now we need to make this little piece here that says "Let's eat cake." So we're going to take a piece of lemon lime cardstock. Whoops, I'll put that framelit aside for a minute. And ink up our stamp. And then bring in our big shot here. And we want to cut it out with this cake so that we have a little cake stand here. So line it up. Oops. And then we'll just put it through the big shot, and we'll have our birthday cake on a stand. Put the big shot back to the side. And then you just want to get these little pieces out here. And I did go ahead and I cut this piece out already from this tag just to save a little bit of time. And then this is the new Starburst punch, which is in the annual catalog, and I'm going to use a piece of the silver glimmer paper, punch a little starburst there. And then for this, I'm going to use my fast fuse. I'm just going to put a little on the back there, put it on top of the tag, and then I'm also going to put it on the back of my cake. And then I want to make sure that this hole right here lines up with this hole so that when I go to put it on my box or bag, there we go, my twine is going to fit through there. All right, so next I'm going to use this lemon lime ribbon. It's the finely woven ribbon. It's a 1/2 inch. So my recommendation for getting the ribbon through this little hole is to kind of cut this at an angle, and then it should weave through pretty quickly, but we better put our cake in first, otherwise we'll forget. And then I'll have to untie it. So we're gonna put this cake right inside. And you might have to push the little top down a little bit if it's in front of these holes, if you did the holes down too low. So then again, cut your ribbon at a little bit of an angle. And then you can feed it through, and then I usually make this about the length of the bag, and then I'm going to bring it around about another length of the bag. I might not have cut this one pointy enough. Let's see. Let me cut it again. Just want a really good point on the end like that so it kind of feeds through. All right, there we go. And then I usually try to make sure that that's kind of laying flat. And then when I come around, you can see these aren't even, so I'm gonna just pull a little bit through until they're a little more even. And then we'll tie a bow on this. And then for this piece, how I attach this is I just took a piece of the Whisper White Baker's twine, put it through here, and then I fed it up underneath. And tied another bow. And these can be made with any of your designer paper or any of the thicker card stocks. I like to use this particular one, the Foil Frenzy, because it is a little bit thicker, and but I have made some of them also with just the designer paper, and it works just fine too. So think about some of the papers that are in the catalog, how fun they would be to make these up. They would make nice wedding favors. You could do these for a birthday party, Let's Eat Cake, and give them as a gift for all of your party goers as they leave. Again, like I said, I like to give them out to bank tellers, people at the grocery store, anyone that I see might be having a bad day and could use a little pick-me-up. I like to give them a treat. So here are a few of the samples again. And if you need any supplies to make any of these projects or other projects that you might be working on, I would love it if you would visit my store at stampitwithdebbie.stampinup.net. Thank you and have a great day.